The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch 54. Watch the slant. Watch the team spell. Slam. Whip. Watch the whip. Ready.
First carry for Royce Freeman. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Don't get nervous. Rock it. Big grip.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
Let's go. Ready? Change to soft. Check 45.
On 1st down, Huntley. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike 45. Oh, here we go. Oh, slam. Go.
Now a give, right side. Huntley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 3.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the run.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5.
They look to throw. It's locked. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Now a give, right side. Huntley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Huntley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards. They come out here in the eye. So they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Two-jet bomber. Hey, Alpha.
Check 3.
Bravo.
2nd and 3. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Justin Watson there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 31, check 31.
Play action. Now it's locked. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots. D on third down.
Let's get off the field, D. So, Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On third and long, it's locked. Looking long for Westbrook. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run on first down. Huntley, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 9, check 9. Switch.
Squeeze. Snap.
On second down, Huntley, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, rock it.
Back to throw. Stanley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 3rd down, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, Wahoo!
Check 45.
Look at me. Door.
Hey, switch gears.
Hurry back.
To throw on 2nd down, Stanley. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Ready? 45 the mic. 45 the mic. Come on, D. Hey, check Mike.
Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. That one caught by Gibson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. That's taken on the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Okay, ready?
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Locke. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I got you. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Hard.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Leo.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Hey, high 7.
45, Mike, 45.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Hey, lock it. Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley.
Tighten up.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mike, 45.
Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route,
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
and now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go, brother.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Check.
Rock it. Hey, Haywood. Come. Let go.
Block now on first down. Open man here is Hamilton. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Orbit. Bam, bam. Rush in. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 or 5. 58, boy. 58.
On 1st down, Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 5-4.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, Alpha. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 56. Pull it high. Let's go.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
58 for Mike, 58.
Clock now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lock. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw it is Lock. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
Lock going to go on 4th down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Here we go. 30 base. Mike. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, here we go.
On 1st down, Lock. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It's John Simon with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready, set.
54, right there. 54, Mike. He's checking. Crash. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
80 weapon. Let's go.
Now Leonard Fournette. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Go.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 8.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Locke going to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Go 58's the Mike. Blue Dan.
Locke to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Let's go one more. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike. Army.
To throw on 2nd down. Stanley. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Ready.
54. Mike 54. You got nothing wrong.
Snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley, quick hitch, complete. It's Gibson. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. John Simon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Fournette. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's get it.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Patriots, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.